Hello, my name is Ann, and today let's do a little overview of LineageOS 15.1 on the Samsung Galaxy J7 2016. There are a lot of cool things with LineageOS 15.1 that you may or may not have known before. So in this video, let's take a little deep dive into what features we can expect with LineageOS 15.1. Now I just did a video on installing LineageOS 15.1 on the J7. So if you missed that, you can click that bubble up there. Um, but now let's jump right into it. One thing that you have to notice with LineageOS 15.1 is that it is not pre-rooted. So if you go to System, you go to Developer Option, and go down to root access. You don't have the full root access to your phone. You only have the ADB access. So you have to flash the SuperSoup package manually by yourself. But anyways, let's show the Android version that we are on. We're in, so we're on Android 8.1 Oreo. As I showed you before, we have the Easter egg and the good old octopus, and of course we have LineageOS 15.1 Easter egg as well. You tap and hold. There's also this octopus stuff here, so that's pretty cool. So let's look at the stock launcher that we have installed. Now the stock launcher that we have here is Jibuchet, which is LineageOS's own launcher. And there are actually a lot of pretty cool stuff. So first you can actually change the grid size, you can change the icon path, which is definitely a must-have. And in the home settings, you can actually have a lot of more options, like auto edit, rotation. You can swipe down to show notification. You see, you can swipe down from here, you get the notification like that. You can also enable the feed integration. You have the Google Now feed, they're all working just fine, working flawlessly here. You also have, let's say, the icon lives on desktop. You have predictive apps, on the app drawer. The icons label. You can change the icon. You can change the icon shape, which is a default feature on Android 8.0. And of course, you can enforce the adaptive icons. And of course, we have notification dots. So that's pretty cool. Now you notice that some of the parts of the operating system on my phone is dock, right? You can see the quick settings dock, the settings dock, and because I've enabled the dock mode. So if you go to display style and the style here, I have enabled the dock mode. You can change this to light mode if you don't want dock. You can see we have the light mode here, or you can make it automatic, right, from the wallpaper to the time of the day. If you use night, then it will change it to night mode automatically, something like that. But I like dark mode pretty much all the time. And there's also accent colors. You can change it to cyan. You can change it any accent color you want. Sometimes it will crash the settings app, but I found out that you can just reboot the phone and it was just gonna work just fine. Auto magic, you can change the style based on the wallpaper even, so that's pretty cool. There's also ambient display. So you go to advanced down here, there's ambient display, or you can set this ambient display to be an always on display even. So if you lock your device, it will show the screen pretty much all the time. It will consume more batteries, but since this phone has an AMOLED display, it doesn't really consume that much batteries. But if you like that, you can enable that on the setting. So you can see it shows the notification icons, and the clock, the calendar, the date, something like that. So that's pretty cool. And of course, you can have some options like the tap to sleep, wake unplug, and prevent accidental wake up. So that's the we also have live display, so we can change the color calibration. You can let's say if you there's the display mode where if you tap on the night mode, it will turn the screen slightly warmer. Right? You can see this on camera, but I can see the display goes to a bit more yellow hue. Of course, I just turn this off here, and of course we have the reading mode, which is changing pretty much everything to black and white. Right? So that is the color. That is a live display. Let's show you the most interesting part, which is going to be the system. And the system, there are a lot of stuff. For example, there is a button. Now there are a lot of things. First, you can enable the on-screen navigation bar. right? Which is the three dot button that we have here, the home, the back, and the recent apps menu that we have. You see that those three button. The home button still work, but the recent and the back key won't work if you enable those on-screen navigation bar, right? So that's that. You can disable that from. It's gonna disable that. There's backlight mode, but since this phone doesn't have backlight keys out of the box already, so it doesn't really work, no matter how you change it. There's power menu, which is if you press and hold on the power button, aside from the power off and restart, you also have some options like screenshot, airplane mode, and there's lockdown, which is lock your device. Now, you can actually do a lot with the power button and the button that is on the device. Like, for example, the home button. I say the home button, you can wake your device, so it's pretty simple. You just press the home button and wake your device. You can answer the call. You can long press it to search assistance, which is the standard feature in the Android. Press and hold the home button. You provoke the Google Assistant, and you double tap to launch the camera, so do something like that. But it's already assigned to something else, which I will show you later. You can change the search button, which isn't on this phone as well. The volume button, of course, you can change from wake your device, set to wake your device, answer call, control playback, control ringtone volume, reorient, and keyboard cursor control. And then we have system profiles, which is like a little like set the different tasks when you on a different set of time. For example, if you're on automobile, then it will turn on Bluetooth, or it will automatically turn on Bluetooth, turn on GPS. It will leave Wi-Fi unchanged, and it will do some other stuff which you can assign here, like ring mode, airplane mode, and like that. You can change this to silent. If you set this into silent, you tap on silent, it will do the following. If you can set it to do the following things, like I say, set the ring mode to mute. You can do a lot of notification. You can override the volume, ringtone, media, a lot of cool stuff with system profiles. And we also have the status bar, which is actually a lot of handy stuff like quick pull down. So if you notice that I can swipe up from the left to go notification center, but I can swipe from the right and I can go all the way to the quick settings toggle, right? So that's very handy. There's network traffic monitor, which you can change the display, which you can display the network traffic on the status bar, like the upload speed. You can see the 0.0 megabyte per second. That's kind of slow. You can set the download, or you can set both at the same time, right? So that's pretty cool. Last but not least, okay, this not least first. Just wait. We have system icons, which you can choose which icons, which kind of like the settings to show in the status bar. Like I set to have Wi-Fi, volume, Ethernet, mobile data, airplane mode to show on my status bar when it's enabled. Or you can enable auto take screen and headset. You can change all you want, and you can set the battery percentage, and you can set the time to show hours and minutes or even seconds. And of course we have the brightness slider, brightness control. There's a brightness control by sliding across the status bar. So you swipe up across the screen here. You can change it right. You can change the brightness right there. Adjust the brightness right there. And last but not least, we have the gestures. We have which has only one option, which is jump to camera. By double pressing the power button, right? Jump right into the camera, just like that. So that's for the system. The last part here, the last part in this video, I'm going to show you what I've been feeling about LineageOS after like around a day of using. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm really impressed by the performance and the user experience of LineageOS. It's been absolutely wonderful. It's been very fast, launching apps, closing them, and it's very, very fast. The responsive time is just really impressive. And I have really, really wished that Samsung could do something like this for their Samsung experience. Because Samsung experience, let's say you go to settings, you press the home button, it takes less than half a second to respond, right? But let's say you go to settings, you press, it just goes home pretty much instantly. And I've also noticed that RAM management is also very, very impressive. So you can notice I can keep more apps ready to go in the background than before, right? Which, considering that it has 2 gigs of RAM, is something that people should be proud of on LineageOS. So that's pretty much it for LineageOS 15.1 on the Galaxy J7 2016. And if you want me to do a speed test between this and Samsung Experience, please do let me know. I'm also in the progress of doing that. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you like this video. If you do, click the like button down below. And if you want to support this channel, subscribe, and also click the bell icon down below to get notified every time I upload a new video here on YouTube. Anyways, thank you and goodbye.